How's it going, everybody? I thought since I was out here I might as well try a little bit more TK. I've never tried it outside. The wind would always blow, but every time I come out now it's been still as it could be, like more than usual. So I'm gonna try to see what it'll do. I wish I could get more of the table. I got it from corner to corner so you can see as much as possible, but I don't know. I mean, I do the same thing in there, but like I said, with it being cooped up from perspective, it looks different, I get it. And plus, when it's down low, I feel like I'm having to scoop. Like it's like I'm dragging energy further down up. Like, I haven't processed the whole bend down to pick it up type thing. Make all the chi flow down and then lift up with it. All of it's a process. All of it. No strings, man. I don't know how to really prove it out here, but it's telekinesis. The more you allow it to teach you, the more you learn. That's all I can say about it. You learn by releasing to it. Like I said, you're trying to push all of your chi to it, but that chi needs to flow in different paths than the way you're trying to force it to. So you're not achieving much. You're not learning the pathways. Like I said, learning them won't really teach you what to do with them to make them do things. But it will make it to where if you keep flowing with it, you'll start to understand. Because you'll find you figure out when things start happening, it's... Let me see here. Yeah. Some of it's not golden, but it's all TK. Like some people say aerokinesis. I think it's both at some time. Just whenever necessary, I guess. You got to know when to go over and under, which hemisphere, and then after that, how to flip that backwards and come from the other side. I don't know. It gets pretty easy after a while to do certain things, like not everything. You're not gonna crack the code on TK from knowing how to do that right there. That is not an answer. That's just something, Like my wish was not to be able to do TK, but to learn everything about it. I think that's why I started from the very bottom and working my way up. That's the That's the key on it all. I don't know. The more you try to do, the more you mess up. You just gotta flow with it and let it roll. And like I said, eventually it works with your thought patterns, because thought is pure energy. So like eventually you'll just be able to think about it and it do it. And you won't have to worry about the paths, because they will be open because you flowed with them so long. All right, say this is the river. This is the river, and you're trying to throw all the water at it, right? But when you do, you're creating one little stream off of that path. And yeah, you can strengthen that stream up and it can get wrapped around into the field, but that's all you'll be able to do. That aspect might get stronger or whatever, but that's all you'll know. But if you flow, you'll realize that there were several paths that were covered by sand and debris that will unflow if you just flow with it. It'll help you unblock energy, and you'll have your whole magnetic field to work with. And things will start happening more, and it will take a long time, yes, because I've been doing the same thing ever since I started YouTube. And you can look at my older videos and they're not convincing, but I knew what I was doing. So nobody could make me stop. I knew what I was doing. Give me a second. I'm trying to do something major for the camera. Don't try. I haven't learned enough to try yet. Let's see here. I'll step back a little bit more, but I haven't practiced at the step back more thing. You know, I don't have much room to practice where I do practice. And it's not. Hope you could see a little bit of that. Yeah, no strings. I would not fake it and say that yes, I'll prove this in person. I will definitely prove it in person and won't mind it a bit. You know, I don't. And truth be told, the videos I started making for a while there were for the skeptics, because the skeptics forced my favorite telekinetic people. They pretty much just quit, and I think it was because of the skeptics. They let them get to them, and that's why I was so upset with that, and constantly talking about the skeptics. But now it's more like I want to prove it to people, not just because it's I don't know. There's a couple of people I want to prove it to, because like I said, they have been looking for it their whole lives and said they had never found it. So give me a second here. I don't know exactly where to go from there. All right, hold on here. I'm trying different things now that I'm on camera. That's where I always mess up inside. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to prove it to everybody who wants it to be true. That's more of the thing. Like, sometimes I feel like people search for it because they want it to be true, and those are the people that I want to show that it is. You know. I knew something was about to happen. I don't know. Make it jump up like that, you know. Ooh, a lightning bug. Come get a selfie in the video, dude. There he goes. I thought that would be my wife, but it's not. I'm just gonna wait. All right. Here we go. Let's try something different. Trying too hard. See, that's why I try to tell you, don't focus on it that much. Don't try to force it. Yeah, you'll get something going, but also you'll get stuck. It'll block your passage because, you know, it's, I don't know. I can't explain why, but that's what I find. Like, the more I try, the more it messes it up. And once I get it right, it will be like, I'll be like, I want that to float, and all of a sudden it'll just start floating. See, my thought process is working against it now because I don't know the correct way to think about it. Give me a second here. See, it takes a minute sometimes just to get a little reaction because I try to figure it out. There is no following the patterns of the universe with your mind, I guess. You just have to release it and let it go. My dog's in there playing. Think they can hear me. Yeah, that's what I want to happen. Some kind of weird stuff, both of them at the same time, go a different way. That is pretty tight. Alright, check this out. Release it all. Yeah, that's weird, right? I'm probably going to end it here because my friend's coming over. We're going to hang out and chill for a minute. I just figured I'd try this before he got here. Okay, yeah, you can see that. Sometimes you gotta think down, like down, you know. Think up, like center-wise, think up. And then, you know, positives and negatives, push, pull, up, down. You know, if you don't do it correctly, you can get stuck like this right here. So, and that's what would happen inside a lot because, you know, putting it lower, like I said, makes you feel like you got to reach down. All right. That might be my friend here. I think his vehicle sounds like that. Not all of it's gold, but it's still all TK. Guarantee you that. There he is. All right.